Okay, I just wanted to mention really quickly the other way to do this. If you find that method is too confusing and you want to do all of your cuts within Blender, um, it's really easy to do that. So let's make a few cameras here. I'm just going to add another camera. Let's add a third one. Okay, you can see I have three cameras. Um, the way that you get these cameras to automatically switch in terms of what the default is. So as we click through, you can see that each camera is switching. Let me actually lock these here. Go ahead and lock that to the view. All right, so let's go to this one. I'll move that around. Okay, so clearly these are different cameras. The way that you would do this is create a marker. So we're going to create a marker here, marker at frame 40. So we just have the default timeline up, going to the marker tab and adding marker. And then we want to go to maybe frame 90 and then add another marker. So these markers, they exist within a bunch of different animation editors as well. So you can do this from other panels, but for our purposes, we'll just do it here in the timeline. If you go to the first marker, if you go up to marker and then bind camera to markers, whatever you have selected will be bound. And now you can see that camera 2 is bound to that first marker. You can actually drag and move it. We're going to go ahead and select this camera here, and then we're going to bind that to the selected marker. It doesn't look like it worked here. Let's just try that again. All right, you can see that camera's now bound. I think I may have accidentally bound it the first time here to that marker, so we're gonna just choose camera 2 again, and we're gonna bind it. There we go. All right, let's go to the third one, and let's select the marker. I think that was what I didn't do. You have to select it so it's highlighted, and then we're gonna choose the last camera here, which would be this one here. We're gonna do marker, bind. And now you can see as you play through, it's going to automatically switch the camera. So if this is how you would rather produce your animations, you don't have to create all of those different scene configurations and do all of the different viewport renders. This is completely acceptable. It really just depends on the workflow. The only downside is if you wanted extra frames from another angle, you don't have those, but your rendering will be much faster, and the workflow itself is much more simplified. And then to get this animation created, you would just do a viewport render here, and it should automatically switch. So just to test that out, I'm going to go ahead and do a viewport render, and you can see here in the preview as it's rendering, it's actually switching those. Okay, let me cancel this. All right, now let's go look at how to bring in our image sequences into After Effects.